It's Mobilates here at Royal Voluntary Service Virtual Village Hall. So it's Kerry. Oh, I've got an extra E on my name again. I'm getting exotic. It's just the normal Kerry Greene. I'm here every week at 4:30. We're going to be really gentle. We're going to do some standing or sitting or a bit of both. We're going to do some lying, maybe a bit on our side. Going to get everything moving. We're going to take it really gentle. Have your drink nearby. Let's start. So you might want to stand a little bit wider, sit with your legs wider, grow tall for a moment. So that's either from the base of your feet upwards or from your bottom on the chair. Just grow tall so you feel longer in the spine. Then I just want you to breathe. You can remind your belly. Oh, someone's coming already. Is that Irene? Hello, hello. I should say, Irene, if you're here, give me a hi, give me a hello. You know, I sort of see it out the corner of my eye. Oh, hello, hello. Hello, Jean. Hello, Jackie. Nice to have you here. And I always go and check after class. I've got about half an hour between this class and then a different class that I teach Mobilates online. So always have a little go in and say hello to everybody and a bit of chat. Right. So back to that belly, soften it. We're not pulling it in. We're not sucking in. We're letting it go. We're going to breathe so we can feel it around here, around here, around here. Hello, Joanne. You're very welcome here. So let's go for it. Let's just breathe in and out. It can all be through your nose. You might breathe out through your mouth. You might even close your eyes if that feels okay, or just stare into the distance. Next one's different. We're going to do 2 breaths in, like you're sniffing a flower twice. And then breathe it out, let it sigh out. Have a moment, wriggle, breath in. And in again. And then sigh it out. Lovely. Right. Just let your body sway, either standing or in the chair. Just let it sway. And it goes any direction you want it to. Soft. You need just enough tension so you don't melt. That's it. Eyes again can be closed or just staring into the distance. You can always have a balance aid as well. I'm feeling around. I'm all right. I've got my balance. But if I didn't, I'd have my chair back there and I'd just be touching it. And then less and less until you feel this little shift either between your feet or if you're on your chair, it's just from one side of your bottom, one sitting bone to another sitting bone. And let your face, it's almost like it melts and the expression just melts off. And then blink your eyes open, grow tall, feel a bit of a light coming out from your chest. Bring your feet into parallel. So have a little look down at them. As parallel as they will go. You know, feet, they have their own ways. If one's going out a bit or whatever, it's all right. Just as parallel as they will go. You're looking for that distance between the feet. Just seeing if there's any more comments, but it's Virtual Village Hall putting all their information down. So look between your feet. You want enough distance for a paperback book. That would be perfect. Right, grow tall again. Slightly soft in the knees if you're standing. And imagine all around here, this is your bowl of water. So the top of your bowl is here. It's just around where the hem of my top is, although I've got a long bit and a shorter bit. But imagine that's the same all the way around. This is the bottom of the bowl. If you're on the chair, you're sitting on the bottom. Tip the water in the bowl. Didn't mention it's full of water. Tip it towards you. Tip it forwards. Tip it towards you. Tip it forwards. Keep that going. So you're trying to pour a fair bit of water out. So when you tip it forwards, out onto the floor, tipping it back towards you, it's like you're getting a jumper or a top full of water, or it's all pouring out the back here, maybe on the back of your chair out the other side. And you're just tuning in to what the low part of your spine, your lumbar here, just what that feels like today. Don't worry if one way is different to the other. You know, the one way's got a lot of movement, the other hasn't. And now tip less water out. So that movement becomes smaller. Keep your height, so and don't suddenly slump. Grow tall again. Smaller movement until it's still. Lovely. We take our head back a little. Our head, our neck, our shoulders, all the body in one unit just travels back like we're just about to lean slightly against a wall. Perfect. Ear towards shoulder on the other side. So it's like you're drawing, if you imagine that back of your head here, we were just thinking about before, imagine there's a blob of paint on that and you're just drawing a little arc with it on the wall behind you, and that will keep your neck long. Now we're trying to avoid this happening. Turn. So it's just you're looking forwards. One thing you can do is that little prayer. Put your fingers underneath your chin and have that act as a pivot just right under here. Just watch, sticking your chin out, keeping that neck long. Back to the center. And then we're going to take the tip of our nose downwards, roll to one side, and then the other is just warming up. We're not maxing out. That's it. And you're breathing all this time. Breath with the movement, so breathing in one way, breathing out the other might be nice. You might be going bigger than me. You might have more range of movement today. Go with it. And bring it back to the center, rolling your head up. So you're just looking ahead. And now we're going into one of my favorites. So imagine I'm at the beach, I'm in the sea, it's perfectly warm. I don't wear, you could be any country of your dreams. Swishing your hands in the water, letting your body turn with this. So if you're standing, the soft knees. If you're sitting, you'll feel the same. Your heels can come up. They're not sort of stuck on the spot. You're not rigid. Let it have a bit of flow. Keep that height in your spine. Really hear that water swishing in your head, rotating your wrists, feeling that water running between your fingers. Your head moves with the body. Oh, I could just stay doing this movement. Lost in my little dream. And then you can make it a bit bigger. So if you're standing, your arms can go out more. Now, if you're sitting, it's a bit tricky because the chair is there. So you could take one arm out and then the other and hold one just down to the side a little bit more. Or you could use the chair and use your legs. But that's not as flowing, that's a bit more rigid. So I think I prefer that version. But yeah, it depends what works best for you. If you like the arms and you're standing, to go onto your body, you can do. I'm going to go with the flowy version today. And still got that slow breath going nice and steady. Bringing it back, slowing it down. We're back to where we were at the beginning, that sort of rocking movement. Bringing the feet in towards each other. So they're parallel again. That book is still there. Read it later. Right, now grow tall again. Feel that height. Hands are down the sides, might be the sides of your chair. Keep that height. Slide down to one side. Pull up. Slide down to the other side. Pull up. And then it gets flowy again. Arm forward and back. Arm forward and back. See the legs move then. So this is where we go a little more sort of straight and upright. We grow tall. Slide down. Come up. Slide down. Come up. And then it's all flowy and turny for your sitting. You might sit closer to the back so you can use the chair. So grow tall, slide down, pull up, slide down, pull up, and then that swing as much as you can. And then we're back to one more, slide down, pull up, slide down, pull up, swing, swing, back to the center. And we're going to bring our heels up. If you're feeling wobbly, Do it with something next to you for balance, but the heels are going to go up and down. Now I'm doing this very sort of nice and politely and quietly, and now I'm going to do it a bit more noisily. So go up and then, oh, that was a loud one, drop down. I'm upstairs, so my husband is getting this noise down below. So I'm making the whole room shake, I think. This is great for the bones. Now, how high you go is what's comfortable for your feet. If you've got sensitivity at the balls of your feet, you might just go a little lower, but you can still really drop down. Even if you've got shoes on, you know, if you need to wear shoes around the house, I do when I'm not doing these classes, you can rock forwards in your trainers. There's often this like rocking sort of thing on the sole. And then we're going to do something different. We're going to walk around or walk on the spot on our heels. So you want the toes and your forefoot up. Different surfaces are okay. Just check where you're going because you might have different levels. I've got my two mats and then the rug and then, oh, the hard floor. That feels different. Just have a little go, seeing what this feels like. Forwards, I'm definitely looking where I'm going, so I'm going to try and bring my head up a little bit, see how that feels. And then you can see I'm doing a little forwards and backwards, and then take the legs down, feet on the floor again, a little wiggle. And then we're going to do it on our toes, toes coming inwards a little bit. If you're sitting, it's just happening on the spot. Putting the weight forwards a little, you could lean slightly forwards. So you're just hinging forwards with your hands resting on your knees, forwards, backwards, narrower to the sides. If you go back, the weight comes off, forward, the weight's on. If you're standing, just like we did before, and it might be you're on your highest of high heels, not that comfortable, or you might be much lower down, turn the feet in, and then forwards, maybe out a little bit. Feel it in your glutes a little bit. And we're keeping the legs sort of wide-ish. We're not going on a tightrope yet, but if you want to try it, let's have the feet down. So give everything a little shake out. And then think about not quite a tightrope. Oh. And your arms might come out if you're sitting. I think you could go for that tightrope forwards and backwards and really have the legs very close together. And you could certainly scoot yourself further forwards and be more on your toes or ball of your feet. You can have your whole foot down if you prefer. And then take it down. And then we're going to start to go into our hands. We're going to do something soft for our legs because that was all quite sort of straight and upright. So let's give little side to side. Oh, it's quite clunky for me, that one. With the wrists up and down, a bit like you're trying to start a motorbike. Round in circles or whatever shape your wrists are letting you make. And then a little bit of softness in the knees, as much bending as you want. You might get all the clicks and clacks noises. The arms are going to swing. Let that bounce come. If you're sitting, have your legs a bit wider near the front of your chair. Like that rhythm brings me forwards and back. And then you might go higher. And you can see I'm enjoying that lean back and then I'm hinging forwards with a straight back. Same when I'm standing. Enjoying that lean back and then hinging forwards with a straight back. So if you've got something like osteopenia or osteoporosis, these positions should be good for you. Tend to avoid too much that curved forwards position, but if your back is good otherwise and you like that curved forwards position, you can put that in as well. Just watch that there's room to swing your arms, but really enjoy this lean back. And your arms go as high as they want to go. It might be that they don't want to go that high, but you can still do a little lean back. One more. And then we're going to take our bottom backwards. So just like we've been doing but slower. Legs go a bit wider. Slow sitting down, like you're just about to sit on a chair, or it could be a high stool. Slow, 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 slow. Come up. Slow, 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 slow. Come up. And if you're doing this sitting, forward, slow, 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 slow. Come up, push through your feet. Slow, 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 slow. Push through your feet. Your arms might come up. They might be happier on your thighs. Down. I was a bit fast on my down there. Push up. Let's go down slowly. Down, 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 down. Slow, slow, slow. Hold it. Push up. And one more if you're standing. Slow, 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 slow. Go as low as you want to go. Oh, I'm going low. And push up. Oh, I felt that last one. Right. Let's take it down to the floor. You might want a roll down to take yourself down to the floor. You might do that hinge and take yourself down that way. We're going to be on our bottoms and lying down. You might be going onto your bed, so throw the duvet back so you're on a firmer surface. Some cushions may be a good idea. You know, I do like a bit of comfort. You might want a cushion for your head. You might want cushions for your arms for something that we're doing today. So I'm going to put a cushion ready for my head. I've got a couple of cushions ready here for my arms. So we'll grab those in a moment. Let's turn over to our lying down bit. And first, just like we did at the start, we take a moment to settle. Check that you've got room down there above and some to the side as well. And check that your gaze, apart from when you're maybe looking hello to me at the screen, is up at the ceiling. It's not back behind you. Adjust this as needed. And it's really a question of just getting each part of you feeling like it can give in to gravity on the floor or on your bed. So wriggle those bits that don't feel like they're quite settled yet. And then rest your hands, low belly, sort of hip bones area. Just rest them there. And we're going to go back to that bowl of water. And this time, this is the base of the bowl. Your bottom is forming a lovely curved base. So make this bowl of water even. So if you're particularly sort of tipping down this way and it feels like all of your back is against the floor, you might even roll forward slightly just to create a little tiny gap below your low spine. Breathe in. As you breathe out, tip the water towards you as if it's going to roll all the way up here towards your chin. And now tip it down and away from you. That's a breath in. Breathing out, tip it towards you. Now, as you're doing this, you want your head and neck to stay the same. You don't want it to be doing this sort of movement. Just so we're keeping long there and our eyes just looking at the ceiling. That's it. Just rocking forwards and backwards, thinking that bowl tipping towards you and that bowl tipping away. One more. And then let that bowl steady. Put your hands on your thighs. Just push slightly, like you're trying to push your head in that direction, the top of your head, rather than your feet away. It's more, oh yeah, it just feels like a little bit longer, like you've just stretched your back out. You have just stretched your back out. And then arms down by your side. Right, we're going to take whatever's under our head out for the moment because we're going upwards into the bridge. So let's have our legs closer together, almost touching or touching. So we're going for pretty close, slightly closer to our bottom. We don't want them over here. Arms down by your sides, palms downwards. Creep your fingers down. I feel like the shoulders could tuck in. Right, breath in. Breath out. That same bowl of water, tip it towards you, up towards your chin. Push through your feet. And as you get higher, just see how high you can lift your bottom. And then we're going to roll it down. Imagine you're rolling a red carpet down for a celebrity or Oscars or something like that. We're going to go again, breath in. As you breathe out, tip that water towards you. Feel your t-shirt squash into the floor. We're pushing ourselves up, rolling up through the back. Hold it up there when you get there. Feel your bottom. Can you squeeze it a little bit? And then rolling that red carpet down. Each part of your spine, just kissing the mat on the way down. Slightly different. Bring your legs maybe even closer or keep them where they are. I've got mine stuck together. But open your knees. So now your feet are definitely on the floor, right next to each other, but your legs are a little bit open. So tip that water towards yourself. Breath in. Here comes the water. Press through those feet. Squeeze your bottom. When you can feel you need that extra effort, lift up. Maybe higher. You're looking for a straight line here. You're not looking to go into that shape. We're not looking to sort of arch the back. Just to lift, lift, lift. And then roll that red carpet down. Keep that little gap the same between your legs. And then let it flap and sort of like butterfly wings. Bring your legs together. Open them up a little. Press those feet down, especially where the big toes are. Right, let's take a breath in. As we breathe out, tip the water upwards towards the chin. Push up through the feet. Roll up the spine. Keep up the height. Bottom is squeezed. Keep it there. And then roll the red carpet down. Feel each part of your back lower down to the floor. Last part to come is the very sort of tailbone part of your bottom bit where it curls under. Let those legs flap, let those arms come out to the sides. Well done. Let the legs sway, the arms can go a little wider. And now that head cushion can go back. And you might need these other cushions. Let me show you the position and see what you think. We're going to go into cactus arms, or think of a rugby goal post. And what you might want is a cushion under each arm. It depends if your arm will go onto the floor happily or not. So if your hand and forearm here feel like it's hanging in the air, put something for it to flop down onto. And your arms are at right angles to you. So that's with the cushion. This is without. And then we're going to move one arm at a time. It's a bit robot-like. So just, or like a lucky cat. You know, you might see them in Chinese restaurants. Symbol of luck. That's it. And see what that side's like. Remember, you could have that cushion underneath. So you're coming back onto the cushion if your arm doesn't want to go onto the floor. And let's go for the other side. And you're taking it down as far as it is happy to go. You'll know when it doesn't feel happy, and I don't want you to force it. So you want it to feel like there's a flowing movement. It's like an oiled movement rather than jerky. And that's the only part of you that's moving. Definitely breathing though. And then let's have the hands going in opposite directions. That's it. And you might find that one side's got more rotation than the other. We're trying to keep the shoulders on the floor. I can feel as it gets to sort of this point, especially on this side, I'm a bit stiff on this shoulder at the moment. My shoulder's wanting to do that. So don't force it. Just find a place where you think, okay, that's the end of the range today. I'm not going to take it any further. Last one. Bring those arms inwards. Oh, a little wriggle. Right, we're going onto our side next. You may want your cushion here for this. So your head is going to feel supported. It might be like this. I definitely like the cushion. I don't like it without. I've got my legs bent, my soles of my feet, bottom, back, and the back of my head in line. Check that your head isn't like way forwards over here. And this hand here is for balance, or it can go on here. Now, at the moment, I know that I'm sort of leaning into the mat here with my waist and my belly, sort of like as it falls downwards a bit. So now I want you to think lifting this bit up. And the easiest way I find for this is to put my hand on here and sort of push it down towards my feet. And then it suddenly feels like much harder work. And I could even put my hand there. Oh, it's just started bucketing with rain outside. Right, now we're going to lengthen this top leg straight down. Press this leg, this supporting leg, into your bed or your floor. Hover this leg and start to cycle it. It can be a little movement. My leg's not really coming up here very much. I'm trying to keep as balanced as I can. That's it. But concentrate on this supporting leg, pushing it into the floor, and then take it backwards. Push that bottom leg into the floor. This little cycling movement with the top leg. That's it. And then rest there. And now you can flop down. Let that arm rest down in front. This time I'm reaching towards you. Both hands here on top. And we're going to come forward. But I'm not pushing from my shoulder. I'm pushing from this part of my back and ribs. Pushing this forwards. And then going to slide back. Forwards. Back. Forwards. Back. And I'm pushing up. And I'm going round the other side. If you'd rather roll over, you can do. We're going to repeat same sequence. So I'm going to move my cushion upwards. Get yourself comfortable on this side. Remember what's in line. So the head, the back, the bottom, the soles of the feet. It's like they're all lined up against a wall. Feels like I'm sinking this way into the floor. So I'm going to put this top hand here, push my bottom away, press this lower leg into the floor, lengthen the top leg, feel like you're only just balanced, and start cycling. So this top leg's nice soft movement. The bottom leg, it's really pressing into the floor, side of the foot, side of the leg. Smile for me if you can. And then go backwards. Always a bit of sort of confusion in the brain for that one. If this arm doesn't need to be here, it could come here. You might even want to put it up in the air somewhere. It doesn't need to be straight, just hovering up there makes it a little bit harder. And then rest that leg down. Let everything melt a little. Taking this arm forwards, I'm going to move the cushion so my head can roll back. Rest a hand on top. And let's bring the back and the ribs reaching forward rather than too much from the shoulder. So just rocking a little. You can see my body just rock. And then taking it back. And just letting the body rock. Now your legs can be heavy and that can give you more rotation here. So you can really press them into the floor. Or if you've got anything going on with your back that's uncomfortable, you can let the pelvis move back with you. So your whole body just rocks forwards and back. I think we've got one more. And then bring our arms here, push ourselves up and bring yourself back to sitting. Now I'm sat cross-legged, that's comfortable for me. If you could be sat on the edge of your bed, you might want to sit with your legs long or like this. Don't mind, as long as you're upright, we're good. Excuse me. And then I want you to either put your hands stacked one on the other under your shelf, like your chin is just resting under your shelf, under your hands it's making a shelf. You could interlink your fingers as well if that's comfortable. So bring our head back, think like we're leaning against a wall, and then the elbows come up and they bring our chest and head, so we're leaning back a little, and then we come down again. Up come the elbows, push up, it's a bit of resistance. So you can press heavily your chin onto your hands, push up, come down. If I show you from the side, so you've got your little chin shelf there, elbows come up, push back, come forwards, push back. It's that sort of butterfly motion with the elbows and arms. And you're trying to keep your neck, I can't get my words out, neck long so it doesn't squash back. It feels like you're just extending a little here in the back. Last one. And then we bring our arms outwards, palms out, scoop up the air, bring your fingers to a center line or to touch, bring them into your chest, give yourselves a clap. And before I go today, I must remind you that next week is a really special week for Virtual Village Hall. They're doing the We Are Undefeatable week, and dotted all through the week, every day at midday is this special session, 5 minutes, different people each day. I'm on Wednesday, and we're doing all around the house, different movements you can do when it's not just like 30 minutes activity, it's just 5. It's just doing it on the spot. You don't have to be dressed in all the special clothes. You're just in your normal clothes. Could be in the bathroom, the kitchen, somewhere else in the house. Keep a lookout for all those coming up. The notifications are going up. Thank you, my lovelies. I shall see you next week. Lovely to see you all. Namaste. See you soon.